Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to check the maximum undervolting that we can do for this Intel i7 11700K. As we know, and the reason also why I chose this CPU to test for this bench right now is because the 11700K is one of the hottest processor, when it comes to power during its time or generation. Alright, so now I'm going to test it like an open bench here right now. The motherboard is actually sitting on top of its box, and we have the Intel processor in there, and we're going to try to cool it with this Noctua NH-U12A. This is the out of the box NH-U12A. You have two fans here. That's 2000 RPM each. Alright, and we have this Asus Z590 ROG Strix Z590F gaming Wi-Fi motherboard, which is a very good motherboard. Inside this is an NVMe M.2 Kingston that is only a 250 gigabyte capacity, because we're just going to install the Windows 11 OS here and test this and stress test this using the OCCT and the Cinebench R23. Alright, here we're also using two RAM kits here, which is DDR4 of 2x8, which is a total of 16 gigabyte dual channel 3600 Kingston RAM kit here. And our power supply that's used here is the Asus ROG Strix 850 watts. Alright, we are not going to use any discrete graphics here. We're just using the integrated Intel UHD, the graphics that this 11700K have or has. Alright, so without further ado, we're going to go to our screen right now. As you can see, all the stats are here. So these are the default ones that we have. So what we're going to do now is reboot the system or restart it and go to the BIOS. But before doing this, make sure that your BIOS is actually updated from the recent one. Okay, now we hit delete after seeing that. BIOS menu. Oh, there you go. Now we're here. First we're going to do is clear up all those settings that we had before. Okay, just for us to make it as a clean slate. Okay, so we go load optimize defaults, wait for it, and then now it cleared. So everything now is on default. Okay, you can restart this and go to BIOS again, but we can actually do this straight anyway. So where we're going is actually from the items that we'll just need to change. Okay, so we're gonna leave my favorites there, no unchanged, main unchanged. We go to AI tweaker. Okay, we go here first. For the Asus motherboard, we have this configuration here. There are similar configurations also using other motherboards, but since this is our choice of motherboard right now, so this is the interface that we're going to use. Okay, the AI overclocker tuner. So we put this on XMP1. This is our RAM. So now our XMP is profiled to XMP1. Now it shows its marketed value, the 3600 megahertz there. Okay, and then we go down the Asus multi-core enhancement. I do not really let the BIOS do that for me or for us. So what I'm going to do is we're going to enforce all limits, so it will just be Intel's settings. Okay, or limits. No motherboard enhancements. AVX, so we're gonna keep this all auto. Okay, we're going to go down here. DGVRM. Okay, so we're going to make sure that we are at level 4 here. This is recommended for overclocking, though we are under volting it, but since we are going to have a series of voltages checks here, so it's safer for us to put it on level 4. Okay, then we exit that, we go all the way down. For Intel CPU power management, here you can actually put or a like a stump from how far you can you would want to test your CPU, okay, in terms of temperature. So here we're thinking on the safe side, in doing this. So since this CPU is rated at a 100 degrees centigrade max, right? As we go down here, this is where our undervolt settings will really matter. Okay, so we're going to leave that enabled. CPU core voltage, we are going to set the offset mode for this one, because we're going to offset the voltage from this CPU. Since we're going to undervolt it, we're going to set the CPU core voltage here. We'll start it for offsetting from 0.025 volt, and then we'll test it. Then we'll go back. If it passed, we'll go back to 0. And shave it down more to 0.05, and then we'll go to 0.075, and then we go to 0.1. So we'll see how this, how much undervolting this CPU can actually take. So we do all those offsets, voltage offsets. Each time it passes, we'll go back, offset a bit more, and go back again, offset again, until we get that maybe blue screen, chances are. All right, and then we go back to its good setting or the stable setting before that, so that we can now have the stable undervolt, or the most lowest voltage that this CPU can actually take, based on the silicon lottery of what CPU we got here. All right, our wish, we're actually lucky to push it until 0.1, right? So now we're gonna change this first to 0.025. Oops, 0.025. There you go. Okay, we'll leave everything same configuration and CPU. We're not going to change that. Okay, we're not going to change APM. Okay, we're going to change this one to S4, S5. Okay, temperature monitor, we're not going to change it. Q fan, we're going to do an AI cooling here, so to adapt to whatever temperature or TDP that will rise and fall for this CPU stress test. Okay, put everything on auto detect, that's fine. Now we go to the boot, secure boot, UEFI, standard boot configuration, fast boot. We're going to disable it so that we can see what's happening during the BIOS load. Okay, we disable this as well, keep the 5 seconds. Okay, that's our boot drive, Kingston. Okay, everything here will be untouched, and then we save changes. Okay, And then these are all the items that we've changed, and we click OK, and it will reboot. There you go. CPU fans are on. Alright, now we're booted up. Loading Windows. Okay, now we're on. Okay, alright, as I've mentioned earlier, current clock we have is 4.6 megahertz. Current version of BIOS. We're gonna see here later the utilization of the CPU, used RAM, all of these items. Right. So these are the stats that we're going to watch out later. First, we're going to do the Cinebench test. Alright, so we're going to test this one for 10 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna use the CPU multi-core test here. See how the temperature and the score will actually run here. Okay, package is now rising to 72 degrees centigrade, or 73 right now. CPU utilization at 100%. Package went up to 200 plus right now. So the CPU currently is not reaching the 89 or 90 degree mark that we have set as a CPU threshold. Still running at 60. CPU clock now down at 3900 megahertz. Now I'm going to pause this video as we run this in the background, and then we're going to go back and check, before the 10-minute will stop. Alright, now it's nearing the final cycle. So we're still getting 64 degrees centigrade. It goes up to 75 earlier. It's now staging itself with 3900 to 4000 megahertz clocks. CPU package temperature is quite stable at 64. Everything's still running. Still at 64. Pushing the package. It's nothing. Temperature is like just warm, not hot. Alright, so now it finished at 12,529 points here. This is quite good actually, being stable. And now we're going to test using the OCCT. So we're going to test the CPU from here. Click start. Okay. Now we look here, CPU package rise. It went up to 87 right now. 88. It's we're going to push our threshold. It's 1 degree below our set threshold, which is the 89. So far, no errors. We're gonna run and test this for 10 minutes as well. We'll see how it fares. So it's still averaging 63 right now. 63, 62. Alright, we're gonna keep this running for 10 minutes. I'm just going to pause the video right now, and we'll get back to it with less than a minute to spare before it stops later. Now we are near 1 minute, and temperatures are still good. We're still looking at 67 degrees centigrade here, and still no detected errors. So far so good with this first try, right? Still everything looks good.
The test schedule is complete.
Alright, so everything completed, no detected errors. So yep, this passed with the flying colors, I should say. Alright, now we're going to test it for another drop of voltage from 0.025 earlier. We're going to drop it for 0.05 this time. So we're going to reboot again this time, right? Okay, restart. We go to BIOS. Okay. Alright, so we're back. This time we're going to change only the voltage as mentioned earlier. So we go down, way down here. Okay, we're going to change from 0.025 to 0.05. There you go. We hit enter. We go to save and reset. So it's clear there from 0.025 to 0.5. Okay, we'll see. Enter. System rebooting. Okay, boot successful. Now we have to run this. Okay, now we're back. This time around we're going to test it again using Cinebench R23. Alright, we go back to the 10 minutes test. We'll see how it will perform. Earlier we got a 12,529 of a score with just 68 degrees centigrade temperature average. Now we'll test it this time. Ramps up to 70. Okay, for 6 megahertz. So the core now, earlier it's 202, 201 watts. Now it's down to 198. So of course, us letting the voltage down of the CPU also brings down the wattage as well. So it's not just the temperature we're checking; we're also hitting the power consumption here as well. As you can see here, it moves up. It went, one notch, right above this our previous test earlier. If this will keep it here, then chances are we're going to have a better performance at a lower temperature and at a lower power consumption as well, right? It's keeping at 399, similar to what we got earlier, but mostly keeping up to 4000, which is quite interesting. Now we're going to keep this running. After I pause, we'll go back here when it's already near 1 minute. Okay, now that it's actually finished, as you can see here, it actually topped our score earlier, from our first test. From the score is now from 12,529. We're now at 12,593. Well, that's a good improvement. Alright, now we'll see how it fares with the OCCT. Right, now we'll test using CPU. I'm gonna finish this countdown since we got the free version of this. Nothing bad using this. Alright, so there it go. It started, and we'll see right away that the CPU package goes to 87, still at 88 from the last time that we tested it. So it's running at 88, being up at 4.3, 4399 megahertz. Okay, now it's going up and down. Keeping the package at 62. Not bad after ramping up earlier. Now the test will also run for 10 minutes as we did the one earlier. The 0.025 volt minus, and now we also shed off at least another 0.25 of it, so we're now at 0.05 less. As you can see, the CPU core is now running with just 1 volt. Consumption now is very low. Okay. Now we're going to run this in the background. We'll just pause the video and go back to it later. Now it's less than a minute. It's still running smoothly with no error so far. It's been running for 9 minutes, over 9 minutes now, and the temperature package is still, it's still, cool. 66. CPU package is at 124 watts, not bad. Still running stable. Maxed out 89 when it launched, and now it's averaging 65. Not bad.
The test schedule is complete.
There you go. That is some good result. Alright, now we're going to push this Intel CPU way farther. We're gonna reduce it some more. We're going to offset 0.1 volt on this one. Let's see how will it fare. Alright, so we stop this now and reboot. We start our PC. Okay, wait for the BIOS menu to load up, hit delete, and we go to the utility. Right, waiting. There you go. Alright, now we're back. We go again. Way down here. Okay. Oh wait, we are now at 0.05. We go first to 0.75 this time, right? Before we go to 0.1. 0.075. There you go. We're going to give this CPU a breather. Okay. Now changes. So from 0.5 we now 0.75. We'll see if it will still be stable. All right. Okay. Okay. That's a good boot up. No blue screen. All right. Yep. Yep. Windows loading still good. By the way, these are synthetic tests that we're actually doing. Um, we'll try later for a bonus round. Maybe we can try some games. You know, if whatever voltage or the lowest voltage, we can actually uh, take this CPU. All right, and then we're going to put a graphics card here, and then we can game and try it. All right, now we're back. Looking at the CPU core. Look at that. It's now jumping up and down, you know, with its lowest less than 1 volt here now. But we'll see, right? Now we try testing it using the Cinebench again. This time with an undervolt offset of 0.075. Okay. 10 minutes shutting starts now. Okay, CPU package jumped to 68. 69. We'll see. So earlier, as you can see here, using the 0.05 volt offset, we get a 12593 score. So we'll see if we can top this time. CPU package is still less than 200, way below. 200 is now down to 123. CPU package is 59 temperature. Wow, that is cold. Up. It's peaking up now. If this sustains or keep it here, then we're going to have a better score. Alright. Fingers crossed that this will be stable. Okay. So far, so good. It's keeping up. But we'll see. Alright, now we're going to pause this video and we'll keep this running in the background. Then be back before it actually stops. Alright, and we'll see the result. I hope it will not go to blue screen. Now we are less than a minute remaining, and everything still looks good. Running at 399, 4000 megahertz, the same as earlier. CPU package, running at 65, 64. Everything looks good, and so far no blue screen, still stable. We'll see if this will really top the score here. I mean, it's a win-win, if it happens. Temperature down, consumption down, power consumption down, voltage down, and the score will be high. Well, that's a triple win. Oh wow! Now it's really high. From 12,593 score earlier, we now have 12,726. That is some high score there. Alright. Good job, 11,700K. Okay, now it's cooling down. We're going to try the OCCT this time around. Alright, back to CPU test. Start. Wait for this to count down. Alright, now we can start. Okay, CPU test now running. Ramped up to 86, 87. We'll see if we get any higher. Okay, it reached the top. Okay, at 4500 megahertz. CPU. Okay, at 100% usage. Alright, now it's stable at 61. CPU package is still at the level at the same as last time, 124. Look at that CPU core. It's now going down to less than a volt. Alright. Now the CPU already throttled. Throttle down to 3500. The average current is the current average is 3100 megahertz. Okay. So far so good. Average 63, temperature running at 1.04 right now, right? Okay, we'll just keep this running in the background, and then we'll go back or get back to it before it actually ends. Alright, so it's been running for past 9 minutes now, and everything still looks good, right? No errors detected. CPU temperature is at 65. CPU package 124. Yeah, CPU clock is here, so we'll look at the stats here. Average 64, not bad. Voltage 1.05, wattage 1.26 average. The clock is set average 3475. Alright, it's almost done.
The test schedule is complete.
Oh, there you go, it's done. Alright, now I think we can do a final test, offsetting it to 0.1 volt this time around. Okay, so we'll exit and restart this. Now we wait. There you go. Okay, now we go down. Offset mode, there you go. 0.075. Now we're going to put it at 0.1 offset. Okay. We'll see how will this fare. Okay. There you go. Changes of offset 0.075 to 0.1. Hit OK. Now it's loading. Reading the RAMs are reading the clock speeds. There you go. We got a boot up. And we're back to the desktop. Okay. Alright. We are back. Okay, let's finish loading. Okay. Alright, now Windows has been loaded. We'll go to Cinebench. Okay, and then we go to 10 minutes test. We'll see if this will be stable, right? And then we start multi-core test. CPU package starting to ramp up. 66. Okay. 68, 69. CPU clock still at 4600 megahertz. Oh, wow. Alright, it's keeping its test run cycles good. CPU utilization at 100%. Used memory is half. Okay. Motherboard 31, CPU 49, package 58. CPU package is 125 watts. Everything looks good. Wow, this temperature 58 is like running an AIO. Good job, Noctua. Uh, when it's barely, you know, speeding up to 100%, because these fans are actually rated at 2000 RPM each. Oh, look at this. It's still going up. Yep. Everything still looks stable. Running smoothly. Alright, we're gonna pause here. We're gonna leave this running in the background and get back to it later before it stops. And we're hoping that there are no blue screens here. Yep, so now we are here. It already ran past 9 minutes and it's still going. So far so good and stable. And I think it's still going to give us a good running score here, better than the last one, you know. One undervolt offset keeps, you know, topping the other, which is really good. At 4000 megahertz, I mean, not bad. CPU package 63, keeping it silent at 830 RPM. Package at 125, you know, that's really 124, you know. This is really good. Okay, so we'll let this cycle pass and continue until it stops, then we can get the final conclusion here. Yep, there you go. It even went higher. Now it's at 12,847. That's you know, at least 100 plus more. Okay, and points. Oh wow, this is very good. You know, very good results. I'm not expecting for this to really go this far, but you know what? This is the farthest and I believe safest that we can actually go to keep the CPU chipset, the CPU safe and good for longevity. Right? Good job. Yeah, good job, Intel. Good job. All right. And now we'll try the OCCT. Okay. We'll see how will it perform here. I hope that we will not land into errors or blue screen or something. Okay, we put CPU. Okay, we'll wait for the countdown. Okay, start. CPU is now ramping up. It's now at 84, 85, 86. CPU fans are at max right now for both these two. Oh, now it lowered down. It's going to an idle. Oh wow, we got 87 degrees centigrade so far here. This is a degree lower than any of our tests. Still keeping the wattage at 124, 125. Yeah. But the CPU temperature is way low. 62 average. Right, we'll keep it running. Looking at the CPU core here at 0.9. I know now it's picked up to 1 volt, but still went down to 0.9. Right, we'll pause this video while we keep this running in the background and go back before it actually stops. Alright, so it ran past 9 minutes now, and everything still looks good. Everything looks still looking good. As you can see here, the CPU package still at 65 degrees centigrade. The wattage is still at 124, 125. Still keeping the temperature nice and cool here. For the entire tests, it keeps it temperature at 62, 63. Voltage average at 1.071. Wattage at 126. Processing speed is at 3498.
The test schedule is complete.
Yep, and we're done. So no errors detected during the entire test. That means this CPU is very stable. Alright, so this is a win-win. Okay, I have this 3060 Ti from Asus, by Asus Tough Gaming. This is my spare here in the house, so we're going to install it and run some games.